Okay.
Yeah, I'll be saving some headlines too. Like
Yeah.
one of my the apps, you'll have like one where it's like a couple apps together, just
Yeah.
know the headlines, bro. That's prophetic events. Everything going on. That the average people don't pick up on.
Let's get it.
Love,
Yo, we got come.
love.
Yo, Roger, let me know if this John that we straight.
Ah.
Right. Right.
Shema. Yasser Allah.
Yasher Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Allah. Yahweh. Shema. Yasher Allah. Yahweh. Allah. Shema. Yasher Allah. Yahweh. Allah. Shema.
Yasher Allah. Yahweh.
Allah.
Allah Haynawa. Once again, I was the hedges, tribal, because we come to warn the people, and for the up and coming calamities that's coming to Babylon. We've been out here for a long time. What you would say is a long time. Let's get it. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Chakadash, the waters, the apostles, elders, and bishops of the Milsom, which are the truth. Honors and salutations to the elect, to the men that died doing the work, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, and each other vice versa. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son. Which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer. Because he's come to deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. All right, it's the Church of Philadelphia. Once again, Yahweh the hedge is coming to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. As we know it is Babylon, America, man. We all grew up in this place. You know, so for us to come out here to speak the words of the Lord and really stand by that. And for all these other agencies that come against us, you gotta know that you're involved in some serious things, man. All these other religions and all that, they don't come at those men for speaking that because they compromise. They compromise because they took the bag from Esau, man. And they don't call them by their name. You know, this right here is real life. I don't know. I don't even know how to express it even more, man. You know, you gotta be fully persuaded.
I got a precept to back you up. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34. We'll start at verse 7. It says, "Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord."
Yo, you shepherds. Who are the shepherds? When you come out here on the highways, yo, this is a whole farm, you might as well say. Right? You got different animals. Who is the rightful shepherd in that land? They're supposed to be able to take care of the animals, man. You know? The Lord already knows that. That's the purpose for you coming out here and speaking. You don't never know, like, yo, somebody can walk past here and you speaking, and your words are hidden, but you don't never know that. Like
That's facts. That's facts.
You never know that. That's why you gotta trust in the Lord, man. Like, yo, I say this, man. We all in the flesh. We all fall short. We get frustrated. Because who don't want salvation? Especially coming to this knowledge, it can make you or break you. That's what I'm talking. This knowledge is for men, not sissified, so to speak. We gotta be a man.
Right.
That's
feminine.
Right.
That's Paul said.
Right.
Nor the effeminate shall enter the kingdom. So the Lord said, what? Be ye men, man. Not be ye men. Because what? You gotta do trials and tribulations. That makes you a man. Hard times make men. Not sweet times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sweet times just make you more sweeter. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's why that's why he do what he do, man. He did it to Yahweh Shah, the first spirit. You know? And it pleased to bruise him, he said. In the sense of like, yo, chin checking him. Because, for example, like brothers here, they have children more than I do. But like when you correct a child and you see they're reflecting on, you know, you're looking at them like, damn, you smell like that. Like the Lord will smile at us, you know, for repenting and you know, acknowledging that, yo, damn, we was wrong. People don't always look at themselves like they always wrong. You know, they're always right. They're right in their eyes.
Pride.
You know, they're right in their eyes. That's why I did that just like I did that lesson. You know, it's his will, not free will. You know?
Hey, like the scripture say too, as the brother was bringing out, hey, you got to eat the whole roll. Because it's sweet in your mouth. You know, the scriptures, when you find out you're Israelite, hey, that's sweet. But then go down to that belly, it's bitter. So you gotta endure.
When you come into this knowledge, right? You understand that you like the background that you came out of. You really a superhero. Now, I'm waiting for somebody to go up there, so I want to ask them that question and see what they see. Like, see their train of thought. But that you see the mindset of Israel, man. Of Babylon, man. These people can't see themselves in power. All they see themselves is in captivity. And when you come out here and tell them, that's why Esau don't want you to come and tell them. Because once we got a nigga that's still in derision, Esau got it. Esau like, got it. But now once he starts learning, he's like, we got to shut this nigga down. You know?
Now you're a threat.
Yeah.
A threat to what though? Because when Yahweh Shah in the book of St. Matthew, I believe that was the 24th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, where he said what? There shall not be here one stone. Right? So they looking at him like, he's going to destroy the temple. He was looked at as a rebel at the time. Who are these followers? People starting to rise up, you know? Just like now, they're looking at us as rebels. Right? Because we're going to be rebels to the state. So, run to the Caesar with the Caesars. Or we're going to end up being considered rebels of the state because we're considered rebellious, because we're not going according to y'all new laws. That's, you know what I mean?
Hey, and that's what the prophets of old did. What are they supposed to say in the scriptures? Men that prophesied before me of what? Great kingdoms, right? Of war, of evil, and of pestilence. You know, that's what the prophets of old did. And Lord willing, we're in our stead right now, right? To be beamed up, as you see in the picture. To get beamed up by Yahweh.
Ultimately. If I may, I want to go back. I want to jump up to verse 5. In Ezekiel 34 and 5, real quick, down at 10, it says, and they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts.
That's us.
Of the field.
Right now, we scattered on all four corners of the earth, man. Hey.
It says,
you gotta trust in the Lord. Let's know. People more like I trust in the Lord, man. Because scattered, like he created this.
right.
It's like like the old all like in school shit. They used to throw names in the bag and shake them up. I think it was like pop. Did that bullshit. You got the name out of the bag.
Right.
That's what really good does. Shakes everything up. But he already got his men that he won. They always right. They was
predestinated.
From the beginning of time. That's what these people gotta understand. It ain't about who you like.
Right.
Because the Lord is showing you fuck who you like. It's about who's real, man. The way of the Lord is full of flaws, man.
Yeah, and if I could say too, that's on point, right on time. Because if you look at the characteristics of the sheep, they need a shepherd. That's why when the shepherd, when he's stabbed, he has a hook to bring him back. Get over here. Get back over here. You know what I mean? Like a dog, at least, but it brings you back, like the Lord. How he brings you back when you need to be shepherds. Sheeps, they're wanderers. They're gullible. Actually, they are. You see the characteristics of them, But then you got false shepherds, right? Right? But it says, my sheep, verse 6, my sheep wandered throughout all the mountains and upon every hill Yeah. My flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth.
So who is that? Who is that talking? It's scattered, man. 4 corners of the earth. Meaning that even going back to you not want to look like the traditional Israelite. So those men that's black. First of all, you're blinded.
Yeah.
Because there's no such, well, black is a color. It's not a nationality. You know? Even though the prophet said, man, by Solomon, I believe, he said, my skin is black to the ground. Well,
He's beautiful.
Yeah.
Black
You know?
and beautiful.
Meaning he's dark. Right?
Black and common.
Yeah, color.
Right, meaning, common.
That's the time. And then you got to look at, and I believe when you go into that word, it goes to Podar. That's because she got the black John on her.
Yeah.
Dark
Skin, not black.
Right, because we never had the terminologies then.
Because Jake is so musically and everything inclined.
Right.
They're like the old saying back in the day. I was a poet and I didn't even know it. Because if Jake could say something in the rhyme, they go, oh shit. You know what I mean? I heard that growing up, here in Babylon. You know? Like this time right now that we're in, I can't express the importance of something like this. Transition of power is happening right now.
Right before our eyes. Right. And I know, on a physical sense, the Israelites are scattered abroad, right? Scattered everywhere. But also when you think about it even deeper, on a mental sense, our minds are scattered all over the damn place. Right? I'm a damn Buddhist. I'm a damn Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta laugh at these 2/3, man. Mine's just scattered all over the goddamn place.
The head is sick. The
whole body. Yeah. Straight up.
That's a definition of a dead corpse.
Yeah.
Of a dead body walking by.
Right. Yeah, walking dead, as they say in this world.
It says, my sheep wandered throughout all the mountains and upon every hill.
Yo, where we at? That like the verse.
It says, my sheep wandered throughout all the mountains and upon every high hill.
Yeah, there you go. So that's high people, high authority. The ones that's bringing you the shenanigans, so to speak. They tell you, you could be a Christian. Like you said, you could be a Buddhist, you could be this. That Allison Crowe spirit.
Right.
Who was thou with?
And then they sign those 501c3s.
Yeah.
And all that. Working with. Just like, that's the same example as Martin Luther King, when he was with the Rothschild.
Right.
Then he realized, that's when he realized he done fucked up. That's when he made that speech.
Right.
People into a burning building.
Yeah.
The ones that he was in cahoots with. So that just goes to show, man, don't do no deals with the devil.
All right.
It says, no sympathy for the devil.
Yeah.
It says,
hold on, excuse me. Can I ask you a question? Like the follow. They want to know.
Right. They say no. This some Hebrew Israelite.
That's the Wakanda bitch.
Yeah. Because we was dressed up like Black Panther. They stopped and bowed.
I remember when the first one came out.
Yeah.
The spirit that was on these people.
Right.
Because these movies give off a certain type of omen.
Right.
Like, you go to the movie theaters, you come out, you feel like you got character. Like, you know what I mean? It puts that spirit on people. Our people's like that. Oh, yeah, we'll come up.
Yo, excuse me. Can I ask you a question? Listen, who do you think the wicked is that run society today? Yes. Who do you think the wicked are that run society? It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24. So who do you think the wicked is?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Right. That's right.
I mean, he
No,
was
listen,
technically
no,
right.
no.
That
He
is,
said Allah is that's the wicked.
yeah.
That's
So
the first thing he
technically,
said.
right. Yeah.
He fooled his own self.
Yeah,
Hey, God, Lord, y'all pass your
Yeah,
self.
you know what? If
You
I
gonna
may
fool
be
your
about
own
to-
self.
Where's Johnny put it?
Because
Yeah.
you said, who is the wicked?
Yeah.
And then you brought out the scriptures. The earth
It's given.
is given to the hands of the wicked.
Right.
Point to his God.
You said Allah. That means your God is wicked. Because Allah just means power.
Yeah.
God.
The powers of the earth.
Yeah.
These different gods that they believe. Matter of fact, we're going to switch gears. But I was going to bring out Ezekiel 35 real quick. Ezekiel chapter 35, we go through the spirit, you know? That's why I'm telling you.
Hey,
The
God.
spirit moves how it moves.
God.
Chapter 1, it says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it.
Yo, who Mount Seir?
God.
Right? And yo, you ask the average person out here, they probably don't even know it. It has to be taught to them. I used to work with a chick, right? She went to Mount Petra, bro. She was posting pictures, and I'm like, God damn, listen, do you know what that is? Yo, beautiful. Yo, she might have been an Edomite, but she was beautiful as shit.
Hey, we're going to get them.
Yeah,
We're going to
exactly.
get them.
But you got those, you have them, you know. But like that's going back to what Solomon, all our ancestors, man. We had the dream of the crop, the creme de la creme, so to speak.
Yep, the top of the top.
That's what the Lord, that's what the electors want to have.
Right.
You
Not
know?
you Jezebels.
But,
just
but this
walking down
woman,
the street.
she actually went to Mount Petra, Mount Seir.
Yeah.
And I don't even think she knows what she was seeing.
But those are actual infrastructures proving, you know, who these people are, man. The race, you know, because they're the actual Khazarians. Amalek, the grandson of Esau, Edom. It describes them. It describes how they look, and it describes their characteristics.
God.
So you know through the patterns of, you know, how they've been ruling these different in these different time periods, right? For instance, you had during the time of Nero, because Nero died a little slightly earlier, before 70 AD. But then you had Titus, so you got the archetype. So you had these infrastructures, because that was a major time during the downfall of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the biblical Israelites. So we're about to have 70 AD point two over again, you know? But what? Trump recently had whatever builders make a new arch, a new ark. And it had the eagle on it and all that, and look it up, you know?
God.
Because representing basically, and it looked like the Archetypus. And the apostles referred to him as Nero. You know, hey, everything's all according to the spirit. Right? Because regardless of the matter, they still here today.
God.
You know? Why you think you have the book of Obadiah, man? You know? That was a very short but powerful book. Because that was a book that still has yet to come to pass. That's a major prophecy. But that's why I said, what to say, never trust thine enemy.
God.
So if you don't know who your enemy is, you're going to be bamboozled by his tactics. Because if you know your enemy, you're going to study them. We are Esau's enemy. That's why they study us. So, scoping, you know, what's that word? Scopeia. Yeah. There's a couple people I know that use that word. Why? Because it's a significant meaning of monitoring another person's actions, right? His words, his patterns. You study it, you file up on statistics, then you think you got, that's why you got the CIA with these files. Stack them up, watch it. They don't get you right away. Because the Lord deals with gradualism. He's watching y'all, watching us.
God.
The Lord is the ultimate scopayer. 10,000 times brighter than the sun's eyes. So nobody could run from their judgment, right? Like Esau, and then that's why we're going back into it, says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thou sayest, the Lord God, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee.
So the same way that Esau's against us, how they try to come with your education situation. That's a major joint. Education, if you control education,
Sure.
right, you can control the whole nation.
Right. Because they got them at this age. They this
Right.
big, and they got you.
Child.
Yeah.
And
they,
train up a
I
child.
noticed.
right.
And also they have what? Something called re-educational camps. Just like how they had the Indian boarding school. You know, when they captivated our people, man. You know, and beat them until they started to write their last names after their slave owners on the chalkboard. They ripped off our garments, ripped it off of us, and gave us shoes, ties, and button downs. With long, so made us shave our beards to look like them.
Right.
You know, had to look. Hey, case of small little example. Look at Joseph. Cause no. You know what? Yeah, because he was in Egypt. You know, because he was in Egypt. But you know, we're not like them. We don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It says you prophesy against them. It says, "I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate."
That's talking about the hand. The Lord talking about stretching out his hand. Like when you look at the Christ, Hyundai, I think, with the look like an H. But when you do the research and everything on that, that's two men shaking hands. So they're making an agreement. You know? The Lord already made an agreement on us for us to be separated from apart and all these other nations.
Covenant.
Okay. That's right. That's why you had what they call, well, you know, it's the MOT to the B, the RFID micro. That's the next prophecy. We keep talking about it. That's the next prophecy that's going to bring this place to its knees. Because at that time, you're going to have to pick a side.
Wow.
Who do you trust? Like that song from Raekwon and the thing is Ghostface. What do you believe in? Heaven or hell? Can't believe in heaven because you're living in hell. That's where we at. We in hell. Yo, for an Israelite, man, this is hell, bro. This is hell.
Wow.
Hey, what's that when it says,
And if you don't believe it,
You delusional.
Scripture says when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn.
Right.
These people are mourning. You go to work,
Right.
see the people's faces on the bus. They're depressed. Who the
Yeah.
fuck want to go to work?
Right.
You
Right.
know? People that, you know, Jake brag about getting the bag. But really, who wants to go to work?
And you're not getting a bag. You are going through the want and needs of all things for Esau Edom.
To your enemy,
Right? Yeah. To your enemy.
And
The
that,
want and need of all things.
and that's why. Oh,
See? All
The
that
Lord
playing
made him
around.
trip up.
Yeah, all that playing around.
Right on, brother. Right on.
yeah,
Yes,
like
on, brother.
Yeah.
he hit it like he was running for home base.
Right.
But that's how the Lord gonna have it.
This is home base right
No,
here.
but that's how the Lord gonna have it. He slid in, but that's how the Lord gonna have it in that time. These people gonna be running, but you're gonna slip up
Right.
and fall. That's spiritual right there.
Hey, because you had the opportunity to sit here and learn.
That's right.
You'd rather run to and fro. Right? That's what Yahweh Shemashah said to Satan. Whence thou comest. You know?
I'm gonna read it real quick. It says, verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate,
Yo, see that, yo, right here where we at, Philadelphia. Now, right now, where we at in this area, right? This is a major area, bro. And I really had to sit back and meditate on how major this area is. Because you had dudes like Nick Wells when he was coming up. And a lot of things get advertised right here. You know? And then when you go down to the McCoy Center, on the wall, every brick, you got a alumni name written on it. One of the names that's down there is Bill Cosby. So let that sink in.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. So that's the level. When we come out here in this place where we at, we might not look at it like that. You know? Because this is it's instilled in you in this gift. Right? So you come out here and you do what you're supposed to do, but you also have those men, the alumni from this place, right? They're on the same agenda as this place, and they're like, yo, whenever you speak the truth, they don't want you to speak it. Look at all the kickbacks Bill Cosby got, man. From this place, everything. So you think that man is righteous? What the scriptures say? Woe to you that are rich. Because you already received your consolation. And that's what all these niggas around here. And then look, what they did to you. After all that, you got your money, you got this, he said, and they still locked your dumb ass up because the country.
Hey, lock them up and there you go.
And then
Hey, man, you can't make that up.
And then remember you had the presidents of these different schools, these different colleges was on stand not too long ago, remember?
Yeah.
Showing like who really controls, who really blows the whistle for the attention of these, you know,
Right.
different foundations, educational foundation that was funded by the Rothschild, Rockefeller Foundation. You know, that knowledge where it comes from,
Right.
Apollos. That's all that. This is all their little BS, you know. So we don't follow the ways of these heathens. That's why, because it goes back to the Greeks, numerology, the Roman numerals. You know, the language, English language goes back to the Roman alphabet. It shows you who's ruling.
Right. The
That's
more
the
you got
point.
from this world, the dumber you are. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You know.
And that's speaking from what I know.
So that's why when you read about like the Mount Seals, when you do the history where they came from, you know, when the Lord spoke with Job about them that dwelt in the clefts of the rocks. Process, you know what I mean? When you go into history, it's Apostle, the beloved Apostle Gabal was mentioned, you know, the history, you know, the mystery. Because that's why you think they try to hide history with the Library of Alexandria, things they stole from us. Also, conveniently, that burned down.
Yeah.
You know, but everything that's done, that's in the dark, the
Come
Lord's
to the
bringing
light.
it to light now.
Yeah.
You know, they try to hide the icons and what Putin ended up bringing it out.
Ah.
How the actual prophets looked. You know? That's why you can't speak about slavery in the schools. Come on, man. It says, verse 4, it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. Who was blessed with the sword, you know? Who was sold on auction blocks, right? Who was the nation that had us in subjection in how the book of Deuteronomy describes, right? Esau, the Edomites, these elites, these banking families, you know? So you know the enemy, know who your enemy is, so you know how to combat him. We battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. You know, spiritual wickedness in high places. You know, so that's why when we declare the words of the Lord, what? It brings down strongholds. Because it's the Most High making his move while he has his men speak on his words, his messengers. it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of the calamity.
Yeah, he poured all that trash out over there.
It says, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
You know that.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue
Right,
thee. Saith Salaki, blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out.
Yo, bro. Cover yourself up. Cover yourself up. And then throw the rest of that stuff out. Come on, bro. You know better. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, brother. All right. Well, throw that out, brother. And be respectful.
Okay.
And you know we know you.
like
You know I know you, brother. You know I know you. So please throw that stuff out. Be respectful, bro. All right? Right, yeah. That's the nigga. Shit. He know.
That's an example why we need the Lord to come back.
Right.
You know, our people need the righteous shepherds to actually tell people, yo, you fucked up. Because that's what the Lord is doing. But like we read earlier, the shepherds are scattered. You know, the sheep are scattered, but where are the shepherds? Where's the ones to tell our people, yo, come on, man? Because they might not have had a shepherd growing up as far as like a father or brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like you say, they listen to the false shepherds, right? They listen to everything else that Esau, Edom, and other heathen nations tell them to do, and thinking that it's a good thing. Hey, that's why it says, "Woe to them that call evil good and good evil." Right? That Isaiah.
Yeah, then I want you to grab Luke 4:18.
Yeah. This book of Isaiah, chapter 53, verse 10.
He represents that Luke 4:18.
Yet it pleased Yahweh to bruise him.
See that, yo? So it pleased Yahweh to do the bruise who? Yahweh shot. No servant is greater than his master. That's what Yahweh shot too. So it's a lot of things that you gotta suffer when you come into this ministry. Why do you think Ezekiel chose him, man, with the whole world? You know, he started eating, oh man, this tastes good. But when it hit his belly, just like if you eat some food, man, it tastes good while you eat it. Then it hits your belly, and it's like, you gotta shit it out. It makes it like uncomfortable. You know? When it hits your belly. Because your belly with the belly with the body, your belly is a great organ, man. You know? A lot of things gotta go through there. You know?
Breaks it down.
Exactly. The digestive system. So you have the digestive ministry.
Right.
That's why he told the prophet, eat the whole room. When you ate it, it was bitter. It was sweet. But when it hit the belly, because we got to digest it. We can come out here all like week in, week out, and everything. Tell you the truth, you don't know what we're going through personally in our lives. That's because you see all them brothers. You don't know what's really going on. But guess what? We got the respect, honor for our power to come out here and speak about it.
Yeah,
No matter what we do. That says a lot, man. That says a lot. These people, they don't dig it. They think, oh, you don't care about it. They ain't like that.
Yeah, and that with that example that you said, it takes different men to digest things a little slower. You know, some things you don't digest right away. It takes you a while to actually let it sit in. You know, so the Lord will put you through situations so you can really digest it. Some people regurgitate it. They throw it up, they can't handle it. Nah, son, take that bottle away. That was too strong. The Lord knows how to put every man in a position to where he can handle it. He give him that space of repentance. Like it tells you, I believe in the Apocrypha, though chastise us little by little, we still got that room to come back and be like, Lord, you know what? I'm glad you made me F up so I could finally lose myself to find myself. Like I said, we was talking about earlier. The Lord will make you lose yourself just so you could really see where you at with it and then come back and find yourself and then now I really know myself from the shit I went through. Because it's easy to say you got faith when you really don't faith.
Right.
But then when you do go through the trials and tribulations, damn, I thought I was able to handle it. I saw him do it. It's a difference, man. Then go through it and you gotta go through it to get to it. That's the only option. So we gotta have faith, and that's why we need Yahweh Shah to come back.
Hey, and that's only for predestinated people. Because, hey, as they say in this world, there's levels to this shit, right? Hey, you may not get on to that level. So you may be used as a sign. Because you have so much pride, right? That you going now, hey, you like a dog that's going to return to his vomit. Because he put you through a little bit, right? With all winds of doctrine, somebody blow on you, you fall over. You know, hey, that's why you got to be tried and refined.
And that's why when you go into the parable with the seeds that spread on different lands or foundations, right? It shows you that's a heavy parable, man. Yahweh Shah always spoke parables that was so great, and they were simple to the ones that was supposed to get it, because he always used things that was around him. If you really look at the scriptures, man, the prophets of old, they always used things that was around them the same way the prophets now is doing the same thing. Because they was back then, now they're here. Now the message is revealed to them in this time, for them to be able to give it to you so you can understand and you can see it clearly. And if you can't, the Spirit is not dealing with you, man. That's the bottom line. And they ain't even on no hate, none of that, man. We just out here telling you the truth.
Right.
Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. The truth has to be told in every generation. We ain't out here stroking nobody's egos. Nobody got to stand and listen to us. We out here talking just like everybody else out here, walking past and all that. But the only difference is we're telling you the truth.
And hey, and we're the ones hated. Yeah, we're the ones hated.
We're the ones.
Right. We ain't worried about nothing anybody else got to say. We not worried about you. We're the ones that you're worried about because we're telling the truth. That's why we say, hey, the truth sounds like hate to those that hate the truth.
See, yeah, that's the problem. We're telling the truth to this society. I got a quick one real quick. The book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 20, it says, hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise and not latter end.
So listen, so when we come out here, what are we doing to you? What are we telling you? We're giving you counsel, we're giving you instruction. We're telling you how to escape the up and coming calamities that's coming to this place. But people don't want to listen. They think we out here for no reason. It's just a joke. It's another era, another fad or whatever. Hey, they thought the same thing with Noah, man. They thought the same thing with Noah. What happened? You could read about that. What happened with Sodom and Gomorrah? You could read about that. And they actually finding out now because the Lord, the truth in every single generation, the truth is always going to reign, man. It's always going to reign. It's always going to come back. Because you have to do what? You have to go back in history and look up things. And that's one thing I've been really on right now. Because, it's only, it's 2026. you could still read in the history books with the 1800s. You know, and go back further than that, which I looked up talking to my mother. I looked up things with my grandmother's folks. Trace it all the way back to slavery time, man, to Alabama, man. So that lets you know, man, this thing is serious, man. All you gotta do is just look up history, but people don't want to look up stuff.
Right.
They just they said that we're just messed up. No, bro. Why is it like that? It's written.
Right.
Hey, well, that's why they got this phrase in the world, and our people are follow right behind it. They say ignorance is bliss, right? And that's how they carry on their life.
Which is wild, because you know what did Paul say? The things that was written aforetime
Written for our learning. Yeah.
So we're supposed to read these things and learn. Because obviously these motherfuckers is not learning.
Right.
But they constantly repeating history. You know? So the Lord can have them repeat it so they can finally see it down. Let me not teach my child this. I will do that. And God's a child too. That's why when Yahweh shall come back in the kingdom, you're not going to have to repeat history.
Oh.
You know? So the only way is judgment has to come. That final ass whooping. You know? So our people. The final repercussions. It says, that's why it says, bro, hear counsel and receive instruction, which is this word, right? That thou mayest be wise in thy latter end.
Yo, what's that? The latter end.
You say wisdom and knowledge shall be what the stability.
You know that time. Right?
These people are unstable now, and shit didn't really happen. They're already unstable.
Huh.
So just imagine, you know, when Trump be like, yeah, I stole that. Yeah, you're about to say that to y'all. You know, I just stole that. I ain't got no lights, no food stamps, no Section 8, all that, all your benefits. Right? It says there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand.
Right, so many thoughts in your mind. Right? Many devices, that's your thoughts, your thought process. You know, because your mind can, you know what they say? It's a terrible thing to, what you say, to waste of mind or something like that. But you really gotta really sit down and think about that with the singing. All that space. Your mark.
Already got marked. Yeah, already.
Shit.
Yeah, that's why.
But hey, they want attention.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at this in public area, you know. But that's how you know the pride of these women as well. They were speaking about. But if it was some Edomites out here talking, she would have never did that shit. So, oh, respect. Oh, let me go around. Like we done seen it plenty of times. You know? So listen, you're not mad at you. You're never gonna be mad. But one thing we do know is the Lord is going to check you on that.
Excuse me.
Bottom line. Go ahead, bro. You got that scripture, bro?
This one, Luke.
Yeah, come.
I got this in the too.
Yeah.
Proverbs 19:21 says, you can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail.
It says you can make many plans. You got people that woke up today, right? Had plans for maybe, say they woke up at 6 o'clock. They had plans. Nah, she cool, bro. They made plans for maybe tonight or tomorrow, and they're gone. You know? They're gone, they're dead because, yo, you gotta understand the mind of the Lord. He created you, you ain't created him. Every spirit that walks on this planet right now that you see in front of you, he created them and he gave them their delusions. A lot of people are, oh, well, I can't serve a God like that. No, you should, because he's showing you his power. You don't want no soft God, man. You know?
Yeah, right.
He's showing you, no, you can't do nothing against him. You can't do nothing against him because he gave you his spirit, man.
Yeah, you know what I said too? Because certain kings of the earth, when they see a woman, they look at that nation like, yo, that got a woman ruling leading that.
Right.
So now you looked at as a weak ass nation already.
Right.
They got a woman leader. Right there you got mostly, the scriptures say his doctrine is a limbo,
Right.
really paraphrasing. You know? Like, it even mentions effeminate men. Oh,
Yo,
you know?
Go, bring it on.
A effeminate shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Ah.
All that sassy shit, fuck out of here,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Oh, you might still like women. Okay, so what? You act like you're woman. How you gonna go to war with a man like that?
Cut.
You gonna put your ass to death.
That's right. And that's why the American military going to get shut down. Just for that one point alone that the brother just brought up. That's why they're being drawn over there. Like the Russian military, they don't play that shit. The Korean military, they don't play that shit. The Japanese shit. The only ones that do that effeminate bullshit, that rainbow shit, is America, man. And they're being searched out, they're being sought out. And that's why when they get drawn over there to that land over there in Iraq and Iran, they're going to be destroyed. They're going to die. They're not coming back. And you know what? I was watching it earlier. They just they introduced the first robot troops.
Yeah,
I believe the guard to like Iran, Iraq, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So now, and yo, it's the elites doing this thing, Elon Musk and dudes like that. So when all they're doing is showing you, that's not the fight over there in the war. Because all they do is show you, oh, well, we're going to do this. No, it's to combat you niggas, man.
Right.
Because you got to understand, a machine, right? When you have a machine, you give a machine programs, right? You're giving it instructions. That machine is going to carry it out to the T.
Right.
Whereas though you might have a man, he'd be like, yo, you got to go kill it, A man might be like, hold up. They're going to rationalize, yo, my family over there.
Right, exactly.
I gotta warn them. I can't do this.
Right.
But a machine, they're not trying to hear none of that shit. He gave me, because listen, they're not human.
Right.
They're programmed.
Right.
It's like when you go on your phones and everything, it's a program. You got it's a thing called DOS commands, right? The DOS commands is how you put your internet together. I went to school for that shit. I ain't finished it, but I know a little bit about it. You know what I mean? But you got the DOS commands, but you program, like they taught us how to take it back to when the computers was first like created to bring up the Windows. And they only updated, I think, every 7 years or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like that computer thing, a computer is only smarter than one that's programmed.
Right, because that's how they start making games, video games, and how to play.
Yeah, and the bottom line is they don't want you to think.
Right.
There you go.
That's it right there.
Why do you think they're trying to? They're trying to make man a machine.
Right, and they want you to obey orders. They want you to obey what they say.
Yeah, wow.
You know, that's why these drones are remote controlled to do what they want them to do. So they're remote controlled, right? Or like the brother said, programmed to complete a mission. That's why they want to put these things inside you, so you can be programmed.
That's the ultimate thing.
Yeah.
Now they're saying you can't go against it.
Right.
It's actual levels too.
Yeah.
Right. First they hit you with the Yakuza, that jump shot, and they brought it out of that movie G.I. Joe. The nanotechnology.
Yeah.
Right. When you go back to that with Marlon Wayans and all that, watch that movie. And that was the military, right? Doing these things. Then you boom, boom. Now, with all of a sudden, now in 2020, you got the same thing going on. You know? And then now you're not even known as a human being no more. Once you took that, you're known as a transhuman.
Yo, because they said them jump shots, right, had like nanoparticles in it.
Right.
You know, so basically whatever inserted in your body is like a whole living organism, like the movie Venom. The movie Venom. How it controlled him. And so let them set up or activate these frequencies with these towers. That should start controlling the cells in people.
Hey, that's why these people are dying off.
Yo, check this out.
Yeah.
Remember
that shit
that
they buy.
song, the $1 Million Man?
Yes.
Bionic Man?
Yeah.
Yo, they've been doing this since back then.
Right.
Yeah, you could, and they had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, never trust on anything.
Check it out. Now, this is crazy because now I said they was transhumans, right? So I Googled it, said a transhuman is a intermediary form between human and post-human, representing a being who resembles a human but possesses enhanced physical, cognitive, or sensory abilities through technology. So what they do in your body, man? A man that's sick, or you've been paralyzed for your whole life. They put the chip in, and all of a sudden it starts connecting things in your body. That's look at the web, man. When you look at technology, how it connects this to that and this to that, all in your body is like a form of a computer because the Lord has to download things into it. But now Esau is putting a strange thing into your body, so your body is going to attack it. That's where you're going to get those sores, cancerous sores, and all that. You know?
Yeah, that's right. They try to control your mind with these algorithms. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, check it out. It says usage examples. Read this real quick. It says science fiction, sci-fi, future. A cyborg with artificial limbs and a neural implant. See that? Neural implants improve memory. It said neural.
Right.
The
Neural link. Yeah.
Look like neural going into your nervous system.
Right.
Because when you look up your nervous system, it's all like it's electricity. Your body is straight electricity, man. You know? So now they trying to put this thing into you because Esau's a mad scientist. Man.
Wow.
Right, they say they do a diligent search.
Exactly.
So they have their trial runs and things of that nature.
Right. It says even with pacemakers and all that, they put let me put this into so it'll send an impulse to like if your heart stops. It'll send an impulse. It's electricity. You know, straight electricity going through your body. Right? It says medical enhancement. It says while a pacemaker helps a damaged heart, in some transhumanist debates, it is viewed as an early step in increasing human durability. Look at this guy. David Rockefeller. He just died. He had all
these surgeries. Yeah.
How many heart transplants that man?
Right. Yeah.
You know, he had a lot of heart transplants.
Hey, and when they put this in your body, most of it is because they want to know what you think.
That's right. Yep.
You know, so they can be like Yahweh Bashim Shah.
Yeah, they what do you say? They want to be like the Most High.
Right.
They have their wicked devices.
Yeah.
Right? And I got that right here at the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 7. So I got it in the KJV, also in the NLT, right? And we own the copyrights of this music in the
Give me
background.
Isaiah, real quick. Give me Isaiah 14 and 15.
Nah,
They
we
had
don't
to bring the brother tribe out.
we don't own the rights to this. But anyway, this is the book of Isaiah 32:7. In the KJV verse it says, the instruments also of the trail are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
When it say deposit the wicked devices to destroy the poor. Who are the poor? The Israelites. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans and Babylon and Americans. And the Americans and throughout the four corners of the earth, wherever you scattered at, man. You all going through the same type of oppression. Right? Philadelphia, you can go from the south, southwest, the northeast, wherever you go. Philadelphia, neighborhoods. I know a black person that they going through the same fucking thing that you going through, and you black on the planet. They separate you so you fight against each other. This is fucking crazy. Hey, say the Bible.
Yeah, sports. Teams, my team versus your team, it's all psychological.
Right.
Crips and Bloods. You know what I mean?
Hey, you got Jake out here, such a damn super fan that they almost kill themselves if the Eagles lose.
Yeah.
You know, they fighting each other. You got an Eagles jersey on, you got a Cowboys jersey on, and they fighting each other. Hey, you ain't playing no games. You ain't getting no money.
That's the
But that's-
of the sports.
Yeah,
And Roman games, man.
right.
Going back to the Greeks as well.
Yeah,
Remember that
Coliseums.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
Remember them DVDs, Smack DVDs, with the beef? The beef.
And it's saying like this WWE.
Yo, my block,
Right.
yo, we from New York, yo, versus Baltimore, versus Philly,
Right.
over rap. So they use all of that for us to go against each other.
Right.
That's a
constant.
that's witchcraft. That's sorcery.
Yeah.
You know, to do that, let us create an enemy that's of their own
Right.
to kill each other, so they won't see the bigger enemy.
Hey, 'cause
No, we see the bigger enemy.
that's right.
Scripture said the earth is given into the hands of the enemy. So when you know their tactics, then you understand how they use it from internal sources, medicine, music, war, all of that. The scriptures break it all down.
Yeah, and they created that division, right? Because when you think about it, they wasn't putting music out. You wasn't gonna get your album out if you ain't talk about killing the op, right? Yeah, or having sex with his wife, right? Taking your girl, all that.
In your mind.
Women's liberation movement.
Yeah,
Take the man out the house.
right.
These are all their little tactics.
Yeah, and them R&B singers talking about baby, 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 please, the biggest simps on the planet, and created low simps because that music is a spirit. So you grow up thinking you're supposed to do that to a worshipful woman.
And that's why I feel brothers should watch that movie Goodbye Uncle Tom. And that shows you that's like making ingredients from scratch with that movie.
Right.
When you watch how,
Yeah,
you know, but it says, going back to the agendas, Isaiah 32:7 in the NLT, it says the smooth tricks. And wow.
well, as soon as you look, 144.
Young Khan.
Now, but when you're looking, you know how to do seconds. You read it from right to left. From right to left, 144.
God, so this Isaiah
Seconds.
32:7
Dang, you can't make that up.
in the NLT. That's what it says.
Yeah.
It says the smooth tricks of scoundrels are evil.
Yo, what's that song from
That's
James
crazy.
Hamilton? Dirty Riding Scoundrels.
Yeah.
It said they
What's that
scoundrels. Matter of fact, yo, can you get the definition of that word about yourself?
Wow.
And that the definition of scoundrel. Just for edification. That's what I'm saying. Smooth trips. No,
Yeah.
smooth. TSP.
Yeah.
No, they every time be smooth. Hey, they.
But nah, because Esau tried to be slick with his tricks, his spear tactics, with false information. So with their agendas, like the brother mentioned, you right? With their trial runs, so they try to be slick with it, you know? Certain animals are slick.
That's right.
You know, when you know their characteristics.
Like the fox.
Because what? We're prey. We're considered prey amongst the predators right now.
That's right.
You know, we have sheep led to the slaughter. So sheep has they're very vulnerable to be to believe in anything really, like a you know. But anyway, it says the smooth tricks or scoundrels are evil. The tricks are evil. It says they plot crooked schemes. They lie to convince Salakia. Wow. It says they lie to convict the poor, even when the cause of the poor is just.
So guess what?
Like Yahweh Shai.
Right.
So he did it. So the same way they came at him, they're gonna come at us from the apostles on that. You know?
Hey,
the anti, S.
Yeah, everything.
Schemes, you could, consider a convicted T rebels.
Hey.
You know, so when Yahweh Shah, when he was speaking about there shall not be left here one stone, he was talking about a future prophecy. But at that time, they looked at him like, yo, wow, we got to get the Roman centurions on him now. Go to caps.
They thought that, yo, you know what? You really got to think about this. When Yahweh Shah was walking in that time, right? The words that he was using, right? That would be considered treason to the region that he was coming through, because of who was in authority, and it was already prophesied about him coming to be the king of Israel. You know, and that's why they put those words to make a blasphemy and to make a mockery out of him, because he gave up the ghost. There ain't nobody take his life, man. He laid it down. And that's a lot of things that people that do, just those little words. He laid it down. See, that goes over a lot of people's heads. Because it was given to him. He was given authority to do it. You know?
You want that scoundrel?
Yeah.
Etymology of the word scoundrel.
Okay.
It says base. What does it say? The base man.
See that? Yo, what the scripture say? He saw the base of
all men. Yeah.
You know, he's the base. So that right alone lets you know who was talking about.
It said a worthless fellow.
God, man, that's what he said, man. They worthless, because what is they really worth, man? All they do is rape, rob, murder, and destroy the earth, man.
It says
they're not about life at all.
Yeah, it says one destitute of all moral scruple.
Damn.
One
destitute of what?
Of all moral scruple.
God damn. So you don't have no morals, man. And it proves it, because listen, look at the Epstein files and all that. Look at everything that you see happening around with all that, man. Esau has no morals. You could be whatever you want to be. We have a custom. We have rules that we're supposed to follow to give you life. All right. But this man, he don't have none of that. He just don't care. He's all about death. That's why they feel he's the harbinger of death. You know? And then through his lies and his I didn't go say ignorance because Jesus built up who he's supposed to be. But a lot of these people dying. Look at our women, man. Look at them. They all out here, they fucked up. Around some more of that, bro.
Yeah, those are those scouts. Which one? Isaiah 14. Starting at the top. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Right, so, yo, everything that we're doing now, I would say bamboozled, messed up. We start with the elect. That's why the elect is so important. Because, yo, you will have out here, right? You'll see a lot of people doing wrong to somebody. But won't nobody stand up and say nothing about it. And they know that this person is getting done wrong. That's the difference of the elect and the rest of these nations and the rest of Israel. Because what the elect is standing up right now is the power, mercy, grace, and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Arachak, that's going against everything that you've seen your whole life, but telling you what's to come. That's what makes them different from the rest of the people on this planet. Because everybody else want to go with the flow, but they're telling you the regular flow ain't the way you're supposed to go, man. It's causing you damnation, and it's going to bring destruction to your spirit, man.
And what they call it,
day, man.
Yeah. That go along to get along spirit.
That's right. Fuck that.
Right.
Matter of fact, what's the scripture we mentioned earlier on the buds? It says, follow not a multitude to do evil.
Right.
Oh, because that's, as a child, we always want to follow the next wave.
Right.
The next phase. In fact, this ain't a phase.
Well, the Lord's men is following the next phase, and the next phase is Israel ruling.
And this ain't a phase. This is actually fun. We're not out here soul searching.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We know
if you don't believe it, fuck it.
Right.
It ain't free.
You know what I mean?
But guess what? In that time, you're going to realize who is telling you the truth after you die with death and pain. And you're going to come back underneath one of these men. It's going to be a fucking problem.
All right. Hey, what does the scripture say in Proverbs?
Fucking father. You're looking at your fathers out here teaching you. The righteous ones, not the wicked ones.
It says the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well into his going. Right?
That's right.
God, and that's heavy because the brother mentioned father. The scripture said, be a father to the fatherless. These people are our people. Right now, they don't know the Lord, so they're considered as bastards for the spirit.
Right.
Because they call it upon another man, another deity, another spirit. But really, they're not bastards. But the Lord's going to bring them back ultimately.
Right.
Because the scriptures say, eventually all Israel is going to be saved.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to, like when we read about the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter, right? 9th verse, where it tells you about the repercussions of what our people's going to have to go through in these times. They're going to come back, though. You're going to have to remember, the Lord's going to have to remind your ass. Like, I created you. Your stepdad and all that, they ain't your, that's not your God. They ain't your power.
Right.
The Lord's about to show he's the ultimate.
Hey, and the Lord set up a difference, right? He set up a difference with his men, right? That's been predestinated. And he set you other people up to be evil, to be the 2/3, right? So you set up as a sign as well, through your behavior, through your thinking, through your philosophy, right? That you trust in your enemy, that you want to go to Egypt for help, right? But he also set up true prophets, true men in the Lord, that's going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of this Bible, of the scriptures, right? So you're not doing whatever you think you can do, right? You're not in that spirit, right? You're in the spirit to be a righteous man,
I got a question.
and live your life righteously. Go ahead, brother.
The back of what Roger was saying in the book of Isaiah. Backing up what you were saying, bro. Ezekiel 34:2, it says, I'll start at 1. It says, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy, say to them, even to the shepherds, thus saith the Lord God, oh, shepherds of Israel who have been feeding yourselves, should not shepherds feed the sheep?
Yo, look at matter of fact. That's how you know the spirit of King Saul and King David. Right? Saul, he went off on some bullshit. And the men that cling on to the house of Saul, they all go off. They really don't care about the flock. What did King David do? When one sheep ran away, he went and put a lion of death to go get that sheep. Yahushua told you the same thing, man. He said if one sheep leaves, you know, if you got 100 sheep and one leaves, he said, shall not the shepherd leave the 99 behind and go after the one that went astray?
Wow.
That's like the Lord dealing with his elect, man. We all went off. Those wanted to be a part of that number. But the elect all went off at one point in time. They had to come back into remembrance of who they were. Hence, that's why that statement that me and the brother was talking about. You gotta lose yourself, define yourself, then be yourself. You know? You gotta lose the ways of Babylon. To find out, to come back into you being a Hebrew Israelite. Then after that, you be yourself, man. Why? Because you learn your customs, your traditions.
So now you can't be like the Hebrews.
Right.
Because now you know yourself.
Yeah. Know who you are. And who you are has laws, statutes, commandments, and scriptures. So how they say, I'm Christ-like. Yeah. We Yahweh-Shai-like. Right? That's who we want to be like. The mediator for the Israelites. Right? Who was put on this earth as an example of what true men of the Lord are going to strive to be like in these days, right? And then when the kingdom come, hey, we're not going to have the laws, statutes, commandments written, right? It's going to be written in our inward parts. We don't have to come out and memorize it, right? And try to memorize scriptures. It's all going to be in our DNA, right? So we ain't going to go off. We're going to be those immortal bodies. We're the X-Men, right? Whether you like it, believe it, understand it or not, we gonna be the X-Men out there.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, and verse 16. It says, then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name.
That's why I did, thought upon his name.
Book of remembrance. So the Lord reminding us, bringing us back. He brings us back to who we are, our remembrance, our the holy days, our garments, the traditions, who our forefathers were, how they moved. You're reading about your tree, your history, your family, because our family's been lied. We've been lied to from our families our whole life. When me and the brothers talking about the whole lineage and all that, these people don't know who the fuck is their root.
Right.
They so bananas when you really get to how the roots are intertwined in the lives.
You ain't see that? She just walked by. Her sweatshirt said, "God is greater than everything." right? She had God with the symbol greater than and then everything. But who's her
That's
God?
what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
Right. What
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Guys,
exactly.
God's the type.
Yeah,
But like, yo,
that's one thing. Yo, like that nigga. I don't want to call him. Well, he's a nigga. But he called on Jesus Christ. All that shit. So you walking from Philadelphia, California.
he got hit by a car. Yeah, I did see that.
I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
God damn. Yo,
oh
mind you,
shit.
yo,
Yeah.
he got stopped by the cops. That's what he put it. And he's like, oh, can I pray with you? And this is and he's like, yo, what's your favorite Bible verse? You know? Come on, man, yo, listen. Nothing's a coincidence.
Right.
Now you're trying to do all this for Jesus. You're walking through Babylon.
Right.
So you're gonna have them sundown towns and they looking at who the fuck is this nigga? And you're gonna have supporters and all that. But yo, first and foremost, you got hit and all that because, and a lot of people try to look at it like, oh, well, you doing it for Jesus, see? You can't stop him. Well, how about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Yahushai made that car hit you because you're doing that shit in vain. Nigga.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, what about the bull with the
Then you
fucking
call
AR?
on Caesar Boucher.
They
Oh,
get
he's a
to-
fucking agent, man.
He's a informant.
He's a
Right.
goddamn agent.
Talking
But you
coming in
telling
the name of
children, you
Jesus
telling
with
children,
AR.
yeah. But you could be 18 with a license. And now, don't get it twisted, because Pennsylvania is an open carry state. You can have a rifle and all that shit.
Right.
You can go to Poconos and walk down the street with a fucking rifle, all that shit. But you're going to Kennington, so man, that down now you're trying to stir up shit. But the majority of them niggas down there got felonies.
Right.
You know? So you're trying, oh, well, niggas just going to get those niggas killed.
Right.
Because you are a hireling, man. That's what people don't understand. These niggas are hirelings. They're hired for a job to throw the people off. We've been hired by your Abba Shino Lord's to do a job, to tell the truth. There ain't no sugarcoating shit over here. We want to tell you just the way it is, man. The way it's supposed to be told you.
Straight no chaser.
That's right. The same way the Lord's going to come back and give you that cup, make you drink up that cup. Without mixture.
Right.
Nigga.
You gonna get a
to
double.
drink that shit.
Yeah, you gonna get a double.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he saw definitely gonna get double. That was a
It's still on Isaiah 14:1.
bro.
It says, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob
That's right.
and will yet choose Israel.
They didn't know, but all you Israelites, a lot of brothers don't like to teach us, but it's the truth. Like, how's he going to have mercy for the loins of the elect? Because they have to go through it first. The same way Yahweh Shah had to go through it first before his elect. When Yahweh Shah was sent, right? He was sent here for what? The lost sheep of the house of Israel. His 70, you know? The 12. He talked to him. He teaches them. But you got a lot of men now, man. They malicious, man. The Lord really had compassion. Yo, people brought their children and all that to be healed by Yahweh Shai. Because he was moved by compassion. So you think that he was malicious? Yeah, he cussed you out because you did some bullshit. And when you ain't have faith. And he was the ultimate example.
Hey, that's what Paul said. Hey, though I'll be rude in knowledge, rude in speech, but not knowledge. All right, we ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Yeah, for what? You know, for fake love? No.
What my man Nas said, he said fake love. Yeah, you get the stuff, see before Gusto. I didn't know that I was drunk though. Hey man, go ain't playing that fake love shit.
Right.
like you know.
Either you love the flock or you don't.
That's right. That's
You
right.
see that?
Yeah.
Right, like you speak to family members.
Yeah.
No, I love you, but a lot of family members you won't even see until it's a funeral.
Right.
Like I just showed the characteristics of people.
Hey, because we the so-called crazy ones in our family, right? That's what they talk about. You don't think they talking about you and your family? You out your damn mind. Yeah, they talking about you, right? If you preaching this truth, and they know you preaching this truth, yeah. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Well, you're going to see in these last days what's going to happen to you. So keep laughing. Yeah, you're going to laugh, but you're going to cry later.
Hey, what's the scripture with? It says how
Right.
those people that say they love the Lord, but their heart is far from Him.
Right.
Their heart is not. Their mind is not in the ways of the Lord. Constantly meditating on these things and
Right.
considering what's written and how it's about to go fall upon us. You know, they just, oh yeah, I love Him. All right, how? Sound like a Christian.
Right. Hey, that's why the scriptures say choose who you will serve this day. Right. So you made your choice.
Even so, right now.
Yeah, you made your choice.
Yup.
Yeah, because they think they saved already.
Right. Yeah, you made your choice.
They think they saved already. The scriptures say, "He that endureth to the end shall be saved."
Same shall be saved.
So wait,
Yeah.
endure.
Right.
Wait, endure what though?
Right.
To the end.
That's right.
I tell you the Bible prophecies that come.
Right.
These are the things that we're gonna have to endure. Jacob's troubles, the hour of temptation, the Hamashiach coming back, and what will be. So no, you're not saved yet, man. You want to be saved. You want to be.
Yo, matter of fact, brother,
Yeah.
stop that. Give me Joshua 24:15. Real fast. The back of what you just said, bro.
God.
The back of what you just said. What you gotta choose, right?
God.
Matter of fact, start at verse 12. I would say verse 12. Go back to 7. You're aware Matthew chapter 12, 30. So, wrap that up. Because you gotta make a decision, man. The Lord already made it for you.
God. You said Joshua what?
Joshua 24:15.
Yo, even to make a decision, the Lord chooses you. You can't choose. So that's something to consider
Right.
too, guys.
Right.
People think, oh, I'm not going. There's a lot of people that's not going to take the chip and still not be saved.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's a heavy thing to consider as well. You know, because the Lord always spoke about a remnant. You know, there's always a remnant that was saved throughout all the regions. So just because you don't take the chip don't mean, you know,
God. God.
God said He'll have mercy on whom He will.
This is Book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh, 12, okay. Verse 12, and I sent the hornet before you, which drave them out from before you, even the 2 kings of the Amorites, but not with thy sword, nor with thy bow. And I have given you a land for which ye did not labor.
See that, y'all? The Lord gave you a land for you, but you ain't labor. On the truth, like you can't even choose your own land, man. It's you don't make no decisions. It's already made for you. The Lord already is preordained. The elect are predestined. They ain't like, yo, woke up, I want to be the elect. They was already preordained for that, man. That's why the Lord showed you Joshua. Joshua what? That's Yahweh side. The name. Not the Hamashiach. Not the Hamashiach. Because it's a difference. But the name just means deliver. Joshua in his time, he was a deliverer. That's why Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. Why? Because he is the deliverer of his people. He's anointed to be able to deliver his people on a higher level than Joshua. That's proof that you don't need no fucking everything that you go through. Listen, you gotta go through. They say you gotta roll with the punches. But
It says, and I have given you did not labor,
your land which you ain't living.
and cities which ye built not. Ye dwell in them, of the vineyards and of olive yards, which ye planted not, do you eat.
And yo, we about to have that. Yo, we about to have that, man. Because it's the same way we had to build this place up. Babylon, what did we get out of this? We don't get no benefits out of this. You get a thank you, fuck you. You know?
You get a, hey, forget about the past. Forget about it. Just move on. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. Just move on. That was the past. It says, now therefore, fear Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
See that? Yo, serve him.
Yeah,
in
that's heavy.
sincerity and in truth. So read that again, bro.
Yeah. It says, now therefore, fear Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
Man, yo, I just did a video this week called fear the Lord, for it is wisdom to do so. That's what I named it. Fear the Lord, for his wisdom to do so. But if you got a healthy fear of the power that created everything, and then you look around all this, you're like, God damn, yo, he can take this shit out. Anytime he set it up, man. Right. And yo, he used you to do it. That's the ultimate power, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You ain't have to lift a finger and say, I created this man while you go. He's giving you your job, your assignments, man.
Hey, and you can't be a video prophet either. You just hop online to be seen, right?
Right, come on.
Right, and then you get off the camera. The second you get off the camera, you a goddamn demon, right? You a demon.
Oh, I'm about to do my back. That hurt.
That's why I say it's a beautiful thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Right.
Knowing like what he could do,
Yeah.
and he still hasn't done it. Knowing how he could, what we deserve, we still didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? That's mercy, but also great judgment.
33, 133. It says, now therefore fear Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and in truth,
Right.
and put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood.
God damn. Yo, damn. So listen. Read that last part. Because that's a heavy statement. That's why you niggas got destroyed the first time. And the first death. So you ain't learned from that? So now it's coming to the second. What are you going to do then? What, bro? That's a heavy, bro. That's heavy.
It says, and put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood.
Jeremiah was heavy. All the prophets was heavy on following idols. Jeremiah was super heavy. Like I said, all the prophets. Man. All you niggas out here that call on a different God's name and all this, and you follow traditions of this place, you're going to die a horrible death.
God.
Unless you take heed to these words. But everybody, oh, religion. No, then it's not for you, man. Because this ain't religion. All we're doing is come and tell our people to turn back to the Lord, but you don't choose the Lord chooses you. Starting with our whole nation, man. With his elect.
It's not a religion. I don't see no religion on it.
And it says, put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye Yahweh. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh, choose you this
There
day
you go.
whom ye will serve,
There you go. That's the point.
whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh. And they had the roar on that. They had the roar with me.
The lion's roar.
Right. Ah. Yeah.
Yo, hey man, that's read that again. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Because man,
Yeah.
like the Lord gave it, like when you went Mount Sinai, Mount the Sin, it's like you see what I did to the gods
Right.
of the Amorites and all these niggas over there. Well, now you see what I did to the gods on the other side of the flood. You still want to serve them niggas?
Right.
Are you going to serve me? Talking to the Israelites.
No, it said, choose you this day what our temptation. That ultimate God is going to be that chip shop. So yeah,
Right.
choose you this day.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
This time.
that's another decision
You know,
Right.
that you're going to have to make. That's
Right.
another decision you're going to have to make. But guess what? The Lord already made it.
and then what? The Eagles said, join that team.
That's what they're going to worship.
What team you want?
Right. Me team Yahweh, Bashim Yamshai. Bashim
The Lord deals
Gosh.
with the underdogs. We're going to talk about what team.
Right.
You know?
Right. It says, now therefore fear Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt.
That's what we're telling you now.
Right.
Yo, the same gods that you served on the other side of the flood, they got a problem. So, they made a comeback this time. But, this time, your gods are going to be destroyed.
Right.
They're not coming back
Right.
for Israel. And that's why you got the law, statutes, and commands, because we're going to be the ones ruling the whole planet. Through the law, statutes, and commandments, because we ain't going to be serving all the fucking gods, man. It's crazy as hell. You're going to worship Yahweh Hashem outside. Because after he does everything that he's supposed to do, who else you going to serve?
Right.
He said, because his name, this nigga is crazy. This nigga is crazy.
It says, put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye Yahweh.
That's right. That's right. See that? And that lets you know, serve ye Yahweh. And what it tells you, every tongue shall, every knee shall bow, and every
Tongue shall confess.
That's talking about the whole earth, the whole planet, man. Everybody.
Right.
That's the God of the Israelites. The same way when he took you out of Egypt. What happened with Rahab the harlot? They knew the fame of the Israelites. Joshua, man, I heard that. And Joshua told him, just whoever's in the household, y'all help us out this spot out. And they helped out. Just put the door on the door. So when we come to destroy this shit, they ain't gonna fuck with your house.
Right.
Y'all gonna be safe, y'all fucking with us.
They walked the area. So this month we ain't gonna. I got a quick one to back you up with the other false gods. Isaiah 45 and 5. It says, I am the Lord, Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me.
Right, a lot of people walking around here, they don't even know why they wake up in the morning.
Right.
They give the praises to the number of God. Man, that's crazy.
And a God that looks like your enemy. A power that looks like your enemy.
Right. And all these heathens gods,
Hey,
their images or whatever they
look like
worship
them.
looks
Yeah.
like them.
Yeah.
Yo,
But we can't have nobody look like us.
Yeah, the Israelites.
Where they do that at? We can't have any power that looks like us. That should tell you something right there.
They even show you that in that movie with Malcolm X.
They strip you from everything.
Hey,
That's that iconoclasm shit, bro.
hey, believe that bullshit.
Whitewashed and all that. You see it in the movies. You see it in the beauty industry, the fashion industry, the music industry.
That's right.
What they say in the world, you believe that? I got what they say, a bridge to sell you. What they say, I got a like you know how they say in the world, if you basically buy whatever anybody tell you, I got a bridge to sell you somewhere. I forgot what to say.
I got the same.
Yeah, that's saying. Yeah. I forgot. I gotta look it up.
Like a hustler.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And when you said, it made me think about the Jay-Z line.
Yeah, I can
He
sell
said,
water
I'm
to
on
a
the
well.
dead cut.
Yeah. What'd he say?
I can sell water to a well.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler, baby. That's
All right. You know.
But nah, yo, that's crazy. Yo, you know what's crazy about that statement? He saw it because you Jakes that sold out. He saw that's his mentality with you niggas, man.
They sell you what's free.
Yeah.
They sell you what they take your book and sell it to you and teach you lies. Oh, $50 for a breakdown. Like
Right.
these clowns.
Not being obtained. Get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and go out there and teach people. We ain't out here with no fucking bucket. We don't need that. Yo, what the Lord told you. And that's how, and yo, all you gotta do is read the scriptures. And you'll see what spirit niggas is in. The ISUPK, they go out there with the donations on it. The Lord told us, man, go out there, don't even take the prisoners. A means of trying to
Get more numbers.
get money. Now, when you that's like you out there begging with the donations. The Lord said, if you're going out there teaching His people what you're commanded to do, His elect, they're going to follow His word. You don't need no fucking bucket out here because the people, if the Lord sees fit to take care of you, that's going to happen. Can't nobody stop that.
Right. He said, well, my sheep shall hear my
That's
voice.
right. They're going to eat.
You know, and they ain't even got to ultimately be with finances.
Right.
It could be, he's selling you a lot just to get more gatherers. That's why Yahushua told the wicked scribes and Pharisees that was doing that, he called them what? They're full of dead man's bones.
Right.
Nigga, this whole grave is for down. That's heavy. You know, the blood is on your hands, basically. You know, because you're not teaching them how to escape and receive salvation. You're doing it for filthy lucre's sake or bank crime. So you could get the glory, so you could be looked at.
Oh, I said it right. If you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. That's the actual phrase.
That's the actual.
Yeah. Because if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. That's the actual phrase. So what it's saying is, yeah, basically, yeah, you're gullible as shit. Because that's a public
I
landmark.
got a bridge to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, they said some dude back in the day sold the Brooklyn Bridge though.
I got it.
And motherfuckers was buying this shit. Yeah. He had people buy the Brooklyn Bridge from him. That's a true damn story. Yeah, if you believe that, I got a bridge to say. That's a true damn story. That's crazy. Yeah.
Kosher pig.
Right.
Give me Lieutenant 19. Walk up the shop. Yes. Going into the power that the elect has over these spirits. And then after that, we're going to class. How long we on the day?
Ooh, 144. You did it again.
I can get that.
That's
I
crazy.
can get that.
God.
That's why we're gonna need faith, man.
Yeah.
Faith is what's gonna cause divine intervention.
Right.
That's because the faith of our forefathers caused miraculous salvation. How the Lord saved them out the furnace, out the web or belly of a beast. out of the hands of a king, out of this, out of that, through their faith. You know, and it goes into it. All throughout Shabbat, the faith of these men, that Hebrews, the faith of these men, you know, in their times. So imagine now, you know.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19. Behold, I give unto you power.
Matter of fact, started verse 19. Started at 17.
It says,
I think that's when the 70.
yeah, the 70. And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Yahweh Bashem Shai, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name.
Yo, listen. And that shows you how important the name is. I was going to say that this week. Yo, when we come out here, like with that dude earlier, and the brother was like, yo, they threw all that shit on the ground. Look, he cleaned all that shit up.
Yeah, he did.
That's the spirits being subject to. And watch what we're gonna read, because you don't glory in that. What you glory in is the fact that your name is written in the heavens. You know? Just because all these people is in subject to you don't mean a thing. Because they was always in subject to Yahweh Shai. But when Yahweh Shai do, look how humble he walked the earth, man. And those spirits were begging him because he was in full prophecy mode and full order, man. You couldn't get him off his square. None of the demons and none of that, man. None of they all that, the dungeon drag, all that bullshit. Yo, Yahweh Shai was like, listen, man. They still had to ask him, and he was in his own state, and they was kings, you know. But they had a time to rule. You know, they had a time to rule, but you get an understanding like this, and you get power like that. As the scriptures say, the more greater thou art, the more humble thou shalt be, man. That's right. You don't go out here and be no fucking tyrant. You can cuss all these people out. But the whole point of the matter is they're sick.
Right.
So you got to talk to them. Heal them. God tells you in the scripture, yo, Yahweh Shai was moved to compassion. Moved to, because he cared about his people, man. The first spirit ever created, you think he's not going to care about the ones that his father gave him?
Right. That the spirit he got came from Yahweh.
Fucking shit me.
That the spirit he has came from Yahweh. So it's Yahweh's spirit. Showing like, look, I sent my son to heal y'all.
Even these little niggas, man, you still got to talk to these fucking dickheads. Because you never know, man. You don't know who is who. Until the end, the Lord is going to reveal everything.
Hey, speaking on that, we was just like that back in that time, right? Being around here, being little demons, right?
This is a notorious joke.
Yeah.
And yo, it's been so much shit that, like, when we leave here, every week I keep an eye on this joint. There be so much shit happening around this fucking place. A lot of shootings, killings. I'm like, God damn. This is notorious. And there was a dude that just did a video around here talking about, I think it was 1958, going back to the riots right here. This was Columbia Boulevard. You go all the way down, right? They changed it after that, those riots, because of a cop did something to a so-called black woman. They found out about it and they rotted this motherfucking place. And because of that, what they do, they threw the niggas a bone. Oh, we're going to name this Cecil B. Now, if you go all the way down, it goes back to Columbia. You ride down this fucker all the way to the end, it goes back to Columbia, man. So they really ain't do you no favor. They just give you something in the hood, man. They shut you the fuck up. Y'all niggas say, oh, we got a victory. This bitch about to be destroyed. So what victory did you really get? Man. And the nigga, yo, when you go over there, see some big, yo, his picture's over there, man. And it gives you all the information about him, man. Straight like that. But these niggas, yo, look at these dumbass, they don't even consider that, man. They don't think about that. They just want to come out here and be entertainment for Esau. You know?
And the school system has them not thinking.
And yo,
that's the point.
I'm glad you said that, bro.
Man,
Check this out. Yo, they just did it. Look how many schools they shut down in Philadelphia recently. How many schools in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, they cut off? At least
17.
Cut. Yeah, cut. 17, bro. That's right.
Man,
That's right. Yeah, yo, look, it says in the last month, no schools have actually been cut off immediately, like suddenly shut down already. But it says what did happen recently. The school district of Philadelphia approved a plan to close 17 schools. It says the vote happened around April 30th and May 1st, 2026. And y'all, what's May 1st known as? May Day. Some call it May Day, May Day. So that's why I was like, yo, no, because it's what? It's the second. So I want to see, and yo, they just had the marches down there in Center City yesterday for this whole May Day joint. So I really want to know. I gotta go research and do and see what happened yesterday. I
yo,
know
yeah,
something
'cause I
major
was
happened.
down there. I was down there
Oh,
yesterday.
you saw that shit?
I went by the water.
Dang.
He was walking around. Yo,
So
they
you saw
had.
that.
Hey, yo,
First
yo,
they
yo.
had. Yo, brother, they
Thank you,
had.
bro.
Good looks, man. They had like the bikes, and we looking. I'm like, damn, who they escort? But it was just the bike. And then the other side,
Wait.
then yo, the other side you got them with the drums and all that. So I'm like, damn. You know, saying there's like an event. I'm like, yo, May Day, man, that's crazy. Because now, you know, you got May, June, July, 2 months to celebrate
Yo, we damn near halfway.
celebrate the
Yeah.
Day of Independence, which would be the 250 years.
Oh, yeah, yo. And then, yo, that's why they put all this shit out.
Right.
King Charles just came to visit not too long ago.
Yeah.
He stood for 4 days. King Charles
Yeah,
went to
no,
the
he was in DC.
Yeah, he's been there for 4 days.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's going down.
that's bananas right
It's
now.
going down, yeah. Pause.
You know? That's big though
18.
because that's the mother of the virgin daughter.
Yeah,
Right.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yo, you remember that picture he had with the red?
Yeah, with his picture. Yeah. Yeah, this is the 8th, right? They're the 7th, this is the 8th,
Yup.
right?
That's right.
It says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
That's right.
It says, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the
But
enemy.
see what it said, I beheld Satan
Yeah.
like fall like lightning. That's how fast he's going to fall out of power. And but the Christian church would put that as, oh well, you know, they went against Michael and the angels, and they threw out Satan was cast out of his angels. Yo, what the fuck type of drugs is y'all on? Seriously, because yo, the Lord is not dealing with you talking that crazy stuff.
Right.
And this is Yahweh Shah said, yo, you beheld Satan. Now that's how, as fast as you went up, like going to Jacob and Esau. When Jacob had his hand on Esau's hip, meaning he's gonna pull him right out of power, man. It ain't no in between. You know, when one power structure goes down, the other one's being lifted up. And you're seeing it right now. This power structure is going down, and this power structure is being lifted up. Right in front of your faces, man. Right in front of your faces. But you don't dig it. You know? Because look how many people are starting to come at Esau. Look how many people are coming at Amalek, talking crazy about it. Shit that they want to say normally, man. You know?
Right.
Man, this place is toast, man. This place is toast.
So I got a precept to back you up real quick about the Shah. This is the book of Second Esdras. There's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 1, verse 10. It says, many kings have I destroyed for their sakes.
You see that? Many kings. And who's their sakes?
Israel.
Exactly. Going to see their elect. The ones, the rulers. Right? A lot of kings, and that's the truth. And look, the Lord is about to destroy another king, all the other kings of the earth. He's going to do it once again and put his men back in power where they belong at. You know? Good, brother.
It says, 2 Ezra 1 and 10, many kings have I destroyed for their sakes, Pharaoh with his servants and all his power.
That's it.
Have I
Pharaoh
slain
with
God?
his servants and all his power. Does not the scripture tell you that the Lord rules in the kingdom of men? He sets them up in their power and takes them out, man. So all you niggas that follow after a power that was set up and you serve after their gods, you're going to fall with them. The fuck? You're going to fall with them gods that you serve. And you're going to see who was right and who was wrong. And y'all niggas is dead wrong, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 10, it says, verse 11, it says, all the nations have I destroyed before them, and in the east I have scattered the people of two provinces, even of Tyrus and Sidon, and have slain all their enemies. Speak thou therefore to them, saying, thus saith the Lord, I led you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage. I gave you Moses for a leader and Aaron for a priest. I gave you light in a pillar of fire, and great wonders have I done among you. Yet have ye forgotten me, saith the Lord? Thus saith the Almighty Lord, the quails were as a choker to you. I gave you tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, you murmured there.
So the Lord is showing you how much he took care of you. And Israel always got to complain, man. They always complain about something. You can, Israelite can come through something. Yo, look at how when they passed through the Red Sea, as great as that situation was, you get to the other side, as soon as the waterfront, you still bitching about something. What the fuck? That's the type of people that we're dealing with.
Yeah, oh, he almost drowned me. He happened.
Yeah, good.
Like you still just.
I got wet. My shoes wet, man.
Stiff-necked
Nigga, you
people.
just.
Yeah, you just escaped death, dummy. Because they was coming to kill you. They wasn't coming to bring you back.
Check it though, verse 16, right on point what we just said. And the triumphed not in my name for the destruction of your enemies, but ever to this day did ye yet murmur. So you still, after all the triumph, after all the Lord did for you,
Right.
you still don't reverence or even consider to call upon his name. You know? That's why we read about these things. The things that's written aforetime was written for our learning.
Oh.
It says, where are the benefits that I have done for you? When ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not come to me, saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us?
Yo, that's what they said of Moses.
Right.
It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness.
Hey, yo, that's how you know that you're
Wow.
an Israelite too. Because, yo, honestly,
Wow.
you get like that.
Right.
That's the Israelite. Yo, Israel always complain, man.
Right.
You see, and yo, when I first started reading for myself, I used to, because like now when you're reading, because you see the beginning, the end, the outcome, in the chapter, whatever, right? But while you're living it, it's like, because we're still living the scriptures, you know?
What's up?
We're living prophecy, man, you know, right now. So like, when I used to be, I'm like, yo, why these niggas so fucking retarded? I said, yo, they saw, you see the Red Sea open up and walk through that joint, and you still got smoke. You're eating in the wilderness.
Let's go.
And everything is to the liking, the taste of what you're eating.
What's that? Deuteronomy.
Come on, man. So how the hell the Lord ain't really have your back, man? But he had to separate you.
Yep.
You know, the same way he doing right now, because everybody ain't gonna make it. You got some bitch ass niggas out there.
I'm gonna read this verse because you could go throughout the whole chapter with the Lord. Basically, is naming the miraculous ways He delivered our people in different situations. But the point to hit the home in 2 Esdras 1:9. This is the Lord asking, right? How long shall I forbear them into whom I have done so much good?
Mm.
Yo,
How long? Yeah.
that's how we be looking at things. If you're a man, if you're a man elect, you look like, yeah, man, hey, look, man, how long you gonna allow this to happen? Every time you get up, you look at the news. Hey, you gotta have thick skin. That's true. You got to. A lot of people gonna perish, man. Close to you, man. Your mother, your father. That's how these niggas in the world. Oh, my mom died. And they think that's the end of the fucking world. Well, what about your father, nigga? How about that? The one that gave you life, nigga. They don't consider that. The mother, the fucking womb, the nurture. Because you a bunch of bitch ass niggas. Your father's supposed to teach you how to be a man. And a lot of men out here, fathers was raised by a woman, so they not no men. And that's why you got the women raising the goddamn children right now. Making them effeminate. That's what's the problem with this place, man. Because they think I'm an independent outlet. Get the fuck out of here. You're going to see how independent you are, Bruce. Real rap. Bring the class.
In Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great. Rich and poor. Yeah. Free and bond. To receive a mark in his right hand, on his forehead. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, and him that hath understanding.
See that what it's saying here is wisdom, letting you know that every man will have wisdom. They get this prophecy right here. And this is one of the end prophecies, man. All the prophecies is top up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to say like this top joint.
Right. Because after this shit done, once you put that in place,
this is the great climax.
Yeah.
It's the great climax.
Yeah. It says, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 603 score and 6.
Yeah. And now we always bring up. We want to switch it up a little. And probably a couple weeks ago. See what happens when you take it, right? So we're gonna read that one. Then we're gonna read for the one that didn't take it. Right. It's a balance. All right.
Right.
But due to the what it say to the terror of no
persuading man.
You know.
It says in the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9, it says that the third angel followed them, saying, with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his head, in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment sendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image.
A lot of niggas going to worship. The Muslims, they going to worship. Why? Because they all about the money.
Right.
The situation. Listen, man. this, which you really gotta wrap your mind around, which you're not prepared for. What are you gonna do when you can't spend an RFN on it? What you gonna do? You can't go in the store and spend an RFN. That's a new currency. So you gotta trust in the Lord. That's why we gave it to you with Egypt. You know? When you went to the wilderness, you was taking care of it. Right out in Deuteronomy. When we were traveling, your arraignment, your attire, they didn't even get fucked up. You was in the wilderness, in the fucking desert, man.
40 years.
And you sat on the same sneakers. Well, you know, same shoes and
same
all that.
garments.
Because you wasn't buying nothing. You're on the same shit. And the Lord made it, man, come on.
And we still didn't smell. We still was intact.
Right.
You know?
Come on.
Didn't look old.
That's the power that we dealing with, man.
Huh?
Because he's in all elements. Like this is an element. Everything is elements, man. And that's why you know, man.
You know how the fabrics, it starts from the elements, it starts to discolor, deteriorate. You start to smell. None of that happened. We was in the wilderness. They didn't even consider that, and that was like a form of a miraculous thing in front of them. They didn't consider it, just like when Yahushua said what they considered not the miracle of the loaves. Still complaining, not realizing, yo, he just fed a whole fucking village with a basket.
That's why the Lord always said.
With a basket.
Hey, yo,
Right.
they had
Right.
extra left over.
Right.
7 baskets.
Right.
That's it, yo, and that's the Lord showing you the abundance. It's nothing impossible to trust with.
That's right.
It's nothing.
But I believe that's when the prophets are actually like, Lord, we about to be on our travels. You know, they were considering what they're going to eat. Lord looking at them like, you know how you do with the Lord? Like, did you not just see what I did? And you're so calm about it, like, you know, so you got to consider the things that's around you, what the Lord is doing, and what He could have been did you. You know, just like we reading about the chip, because you hungry. Like, no. You know? But it says, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of His indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment is sended up forever and ever. And they had no rest day nor night, worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Yahushua. Mashiach.
No, check this out.
This Revelation chapter
This is the
15.
ones that overcame. This your reward.
The ones
We
that,
read the reward of the ones that took it.
Right.
right.
The reward of the wicked.
So you got the repercussions. Now you got the reward.
So how about the reward of the righteous?
Right.
Like we always give you the end. But this for the.
It's a good balance. It's a balance.
This for the
Really,
righteous.
it's ultimate.
Yeah,
Right.
Keep
Ultimate.
pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. You know.
Revelation chapter 15, verse 16, verse 2 is also a repercussion of the warriors. You know? But this Revelation 15 and 1, it says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having 7 last plagues. For in them is filled up the wrath of God, which is the Lord is going to completely, you know, that's his complete judgment. You know, he's going to completely finish his judgment. You know, plagues and all that. It says, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name.
And this is when the elect get beamed up. And they looking down at the destruction of his priest. That's the reward of the elect. Right here in this time. For not taking that thing. The ones that's not going to suffer the death. All right.
Come says,
This is the second death, right? So they escaped the second death. It's like Noah escaped the first one. Now this is the second death that's ordained, preordained for these men. Whoever they are. Their names is not written. But you know about Noah because that's the story that you heard about. From the first death, the flood, and all that. Now the names are going to be manifest going to second Ezra. The 16th chapter. Matter of fact, no, it's like 13. But it says the names of the righteous shall be made manifest. Go ahead.
it says, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God.
That's right.
Verse 3, and they sing the song of Moses, the servant of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord God Almighty, our just and true ways, thou King of the saints. Of saints.
King are the saints. Who are the saints? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Who the Lord sent. Who the Lord who the Lord was sent for. You know, the sick, the maimed, the brokenhearted, the ones that's in pain, man. Yo, Jake, you look around, Jake is hurt, man. Listen to the conversation of Jake. They are fucked up, man. That's a hurt piece, man. When you really talk to him, you just imagine the compassion of your house, man. When he said he wept, he cried, man. That's the first spirit ever created. Jeremiah, the weeping prophet. Imagine how many tears he shed for you fucking dickheads, man. That's compassion. That's a spirit, man. That's a real spirit. A lot of people, they don't give a fuck. You know? So, hey, man. Lord's willing, this is edifying us, man. Lord's willing, this is edifying. So next week, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, others, bishops, great millstone, shalom to their night. Next week, Mawafa Baba Ball.
Wafa Baba.
Ball Yashua.
Come Yasha.
Powerful. Oh, snap. I didn't even know it was already that long, brother.
Yeah, we doing.